You got to have the right music. Scott Edmonds, Manager of Street Activities here at the City of Vancouver, joining us right now. We've got the props laid out. Summertime is here. You want to host your own block party. What's the first thing we do to get this process started?
Well, the city's taken it upon himself to make it easier for you. So first of all, go to the website, vancouver.ca/blockparty, and have a look. We've got some easy information for you to download. Get to your neighbors, talk to them, find a date that works for everybody, see if there's any support that anybody wants to provide, whether they're an entertainer or there's a barbecue that they can offer. All of that information, sort of the first Q&A that you might have, the questions and the answers are all on the web.
And this is some great tools you brought here, some ideas. Let's take a look at that. It's block party season. What is some of the basic information to include on everything to start getting people invited?
Well, again, this is the first contact, and really from the city's point of view, there's two things we want to do. We want to build that social connectedness. We want people to reach out to their neighbors and get to know them better. We find that often people are friendly, but we don't really know our neighbors all that well. So this is the first step. This is just get to know your neighbor, find out who they are, what house they're in, where they want to have a block party, do they want to be involved, how they could be involved. And there's not only the form that you provided, but on the web there's also information you can download. Just a nice little invite form, gives basic info of a proposed date that may have been identified and some other simple information.
That's great, and then you've got some creative ideas laid out on the table. Games, the chalk, tell us about these.
Well, we've got some ideas here, and again, it's just building that connection. So a seedling, if you've got somebody in your neighborhood who's a green thumb, they may have offered an opportunity to just here's something that'll make you remember the party itself, and here's something that I'm offering to you as a gift, and it starts that discussion and dialogue just so you can get to know your neighbors. Games, pennants, if somebody's crafty, they may have the opportunity to, brighten up the neighborhood for the party itself, and that might be something that they can offer. Games, kids, there was a story told to me, it wasn't at my neighborhood block party, but another one where one of the parents offered up their child to do some entertainment because they'd been learning circus tricks and they'd been juggling and learning how to ride a unicycle and things like that. So just simple ways that a neighborhood can start to learn about each other, learn their neighbors, and figure out, let's just have some fun here. Let's get to know each other.
Get the social culture going.
Exactly.
Indeed. I like the name tags. Name tags are a nice touch. Make simple introductions. You get creative with the housing right here. Permits. I mean, if you want to close off the street, what if you want to serve alcohol? What's involved with this, and how long, and or I guess how much time in advance do we need to plan?
Absolutely. So from a permitting point of view, if you're going to have alcohol, that turns it into a special event, and it'll take a little bit longer. We need different approvals for that. But for a basic block party, we typically ask for 2 weeks notice, and we want to make sure that there's no conflict with any construction work or anything else that might impact you. But the application form's online. We would ask you to talk to your neighbors with the invite that we talked about earlier. Get 2/3 of your neighbors to support it. We don't want it to be something that we're forced upon a neighborhood. We want the neighborhood to actually participate. Find a time that works for everybody. The name tags, somebody might know you only by your house, but this is a good connection. Oh, you're the guy who lives in a character home. You just repainted it last year. Isn't that fantastic? Evolving out of this, though, I mean, that's the whole idea of social connectedness, but also preparing yourself for, supporting each other along the lines of emergency preparedness. And we've got some ideas of the radio and the first aid kit. Part of this is just to get to know your neighbor, and there's a group in Dunbar that actually maps your neighborhood, and they've been working on this program. You can identify, is there a first responder in our neighborhood? Is there someone who can teach us CPR or wants to take a class with me, for instance? Knowing where to shut off the water and the gas in anybody's home. And this may be something you can coordinate with your neighborhood. And part of that is just, in an emergency, the first response is going to be able to support your neighborhood. Maybe there's an elderly person who lives on your block that you can support. All of these simple ideas, it may be simply social and a very fun thing, but there may be some other things that you could do just to support your friends and neighbors.
That's excellent. So we're having fun, and obviously we're keeping the neighborhood safe. Again, the website, vancouver.ca/blockparty.
That's right.
All right, look it up. Have safe and fun block parties all summer long.